Elon Musk Time Management Secrets to Get Rich Faster. Welcome back to Wealth-ology. For today's video, we will be going to talk about Elon Musk Time Management Secrets to Get Rich Faster. Let's get started. It's no secret that Elon Musk works extremely long hours, working more than twice as many hours as the average full-time employee. And that time is shared between a variety of projects. The majority of it goes to his primary enterprises, Tesla and SpaceX. But he also devotes time to the boring company, OpenAI, and of course, flamethrowers. Add to that the fact that his company, Biography by Ashley Vance, claims he spent 4 days a week with his 5 children, making for one of the busiest and most chaotic daily schedules of anyone on the planet. In comparison to Ben Franklin, we don't have a source that can offer us a detailed look into Elon Musk's daily itinerary, other than a few tidbits he's disclosed in interviews. For example, contrary to popular belief, he devotes approximately 80% of his time to design and engineering. What we do know is how he keeps his schedule structured and plans out his day. Musk schedules his day in 5-minute chunks and has everything planned out ahead of time. This is known as time boxing and is a strategy utilized by many others, including Bill Gates and Cal Newport. Cal refers to it as time blocking. Time boxing, also known as time blocking, is the practice of allotting a specific amount of time to each work and incorporating such blocks of time into your daily plan. So, first and foremost, why are you using this technique? Why are you limiting your schedule? To begin with, we humans sometimes give robots a terrible rap. However, number 2, this is approaching it from the wrong angle. Yes, planning your day ahead of time ensures that you stick to a schedule and have a less unstructured free time. However, as you may be aware, unstructured leisure time can be detrimental at times. Work expands to occupy the time provided for it, according to Parkinson's law. So, time boxing is really a useful limitation that can actually help you be more productive. Number 1, choices are removed from the equation. To begin with, it takes a lot of decision making out of what you're going to work on in the present because you're sticking to a plan and spending less time figuring out what you're going to accomplish in the first place. Number 2, your level of focus is intensified by the time limit. You are not going to waste your time because you only have so much. You'll be paying much closer attention. And guys like Musk and Bill Gates will very certainly needs to employ this strategy. They have so many responsibilities and balls in the air that if they don't plan ahead and keep their schedule orderly, things will fall through the gaps. How to use time boxing. The most straightforward method. Make a daily schedule on a whiteboard or on a piece of notebook paper. Calculate the time it will take to complete each task. And don't put it on a calendar with start and stop times for the day. Simply imagine that it will take you 20 minutes and then you will go on to the next thing. If this strategy works for you, there is an iPhone app called 3030 that you may use instead of writing it down. On Android, there is an app called Do Now that appears to provide a similar job. Now, if you are the type of person who has a schedule, has a lot of predetermined commitments and gaps in between them, or simply wants more order in their life, then using a calendar for your time boxing can be beneficial to give your jobs precise start and stop times. Cal Newport describes how he accomplishes it in his blog article on this subject. And if you're a student with a lot of small breaks in between classes, I believe this is the best option for you. In any case, if you're going to apply this strategy effectively, the first thing you'll need to learn is how to accurately estimate how long jobs will take you to finish. The bad news is that we are naturally awful at guessing how long things will take. We like ingesting organic matter. We like using our respiratory system to turn oxygen into carbon carbon dioxide, and we are all naturally bad at calculating how long things will take. Planning fallacy. We're all prone to what's known as the planning fallacy, which outlines how people tend to overestimate how long something will make. This phenomenon is now the subject of investigation at the University of Waterloo in Canada. Students were given two sorts of time predictions to make. One was a prediction for the best case scenario, in which everything happened perfectly, while the other was for the average case scenario. This is your typical day-to-day experience. Yet the researchers discovered that forecasts for both types of situations were nearly comparable, indicating that when humans try to predict what would happen in a typical day situation, they tend to imagine the best case scenario in which nothing goes wrong. So even though you know in the back of your mind that on an average day, there will be traffic, or someone will be driving in front of you on their phone, or there will be a grandma in front of you when you estimate how long it will take to get to work, you imagine a scenario where there will be no traffic at all and everything will be perfect. And this cognitive flow is incompatible with successful time boxing, because if you have a habit of overestimating how long each work will take, you will wind up doing less than half of what you planned. Tracking your time is one approach to improve your ability to estimate how long your chores will take. Toggle is the app's name, which is available on both PCs and mobile devices, and you just tell it what you're going to do, give it a tag if you want, and then start and stop it when you're done. If you use an app like this to track your time, you will eventually build up a record of how long things take, and you'll be able to see where the gap between your original estimates and the actual data is. From there, you can begin to calibrate your brain and produce more accurate predictions. Also, when you're sitting down to organize your day and estimating how long it'll take, breaking down your larger jobs into smaller subtasks will be quite beneficial. This will not only make your job list more action-oriented and clear, but it will also aid in your estimations, as it is always easier to predict how long a tiny, well-defined work will take. So how do you deal with interruptions, which is perhaps the fairest complaint to time boxing? How do you handle situations that you couldn't anticipate, or things that appear out of nowhere and cause you to lose focus? Planning is everything. Plans are nothing, as Dwight D. Eisenhower once stated. So if your plans are disrupted, change them. Cal Newport's blog post on time blocking is a wonderful illustration of how to achieve this. He divides his notebook paper into columns and writes his initial plan in the first column. Then, if plans change or if something gets interrupted during the course of the day, he just revises the plan in the next column and then continues on from there. He also suggests identifying particular periods of time as reactionary times. Blocks of time are literally set aside for dealing with unexpected events that arise during the course of the day. Now, sometimes things will come up that you need to deal with right now, and they may be in a time slot that was originally scheduled for something else. So you'll have to roll with the punches. However, if something comes up that you can handle later, a reactionary time block is the ideal moment to do so. Don't be discouraged if you can't stick to your strategy exactly. Even though life is inherently unpredictable at times, preparing for your day is not a bad strategy. No strategy works 100% of the time. Just do your best to adjust and then assess your plan at the end of the day to see if the interruption was something you need to account for in the future, or if it was one-time occurrence. That brings us to the final and most important piece of advice for efficiently employing the strategy. Avoid the trap of over-planning your day. Yes, Elon Musk works 80 to 90 hours weeks, and while juggling a billion tasks at once, but he is a master at it. Number 2, if you have a challenging job on your plate that necessitates a great deal of hard focus and inventiveness, sometimes that's all you can do in a day. Don't try to cram so much work into a day that's already jam-packed with errands and administrative tasks. The more you try to do, the less you actually accomplish, as the writers of the book, The 4 Disciplines of Executions, put in. So, which of Elon Musk's time management advice have you found to be particularly beneficial in your desire for wealth? Please let me know in the comments section below, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, turn on the notification bell, and subscribe to our channel for more. Thank you for taking the time to watch. Stay tuned for our next video.